I started a new job, so that's the new thing. Almost the end of week 3 now, and I wanted to talk to you today about the imposter syndrome. I hear, I am part of this career mom group, or I also sometimes see posts of people saying, I started this new job and I feel like I am an imposter. And I've got imposter syndrome, and it's been, 3 months or whatnot. And I've got to tell you that I want to think about this because, as adults, and I told this many times, we forget what it's like to actually go on a learning curve to learn something new, and we expect from ourselves that we know everything. And to me, the first 3 months of a job really are about getting to know the business you work for, getting to know the projects that you're going to be involved, getting to know the legislation, or the guidelines, or the vision, and getting, like, really getting to know all of these things before you can feel confident. And it takes time. It really takes time. And those first 3 months are about that, and also about getting to know people and getting to connect with people, knowing who your stakeholders are, connecting with your stakeholders, understanding what is important to them, what are they working on, what are their priorities, how you are going to add value to them, and really working on nurturing those connections that you're going to, people you're going to be working with, people who you need support from, people who you're going to be supporting, people who you're going to be co-designing. That's what those 3 months are for. And someone has commented that it took about 12 months to get to know the business, because the business is a complex organization with lots of parts to it. So it's not like everyone needs to just hit the ground running. But what you do need to do is to tap into your strengths, is to, use your strengths as soon as possible. Contribute where you can. Learn, ask lots of questions. Super important not to kind of come to a job thinking you need to know everything. What's wrong with curiosity? What's wrong with asking questions? What's wrong, with asking people who have been there before about the business and getting to learn from them? I think people love sharing what they know about the business. So this whole idea of having imposter syndrome in the first 3 to 6 months of a job, it is kind of crazy, because, as adults, we still need to go through a learning curve. We still need to know what we don't know. We don't have to be the experts in everything. The problem is when we try to fake it, we try to pretend that we are, and then we, that the energetic cost of trying to pretend that we are something that we're not, that we know something we don't know, that's what that imposter syndrome is about. It's not necessarily about not knowing yet enough about the business, not having all the answers, not kind of being the subject matter expert in everything, and knowing all the, making all the decisions that, alone, or not relying on others. It's not at all about that. It's about connection. It's about curiosity. It's about getting to know. It's about sharing what you're good at. It's about contributing where you can. And yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to share with you. I have, just today been in a conversation with my new boss, and I said, look, I just wanted to know that just because I have got this problem-solving brain that just can't help but think, but it's not. I'm not assuming that nothing has been done, or that this problem hasn't been addressed, or I am just, as my natural drive to try and help, and to see, and she's like, no, this is exactly why we wanted someone who, fresh eyes, who can see what we haven't been able to see. and I was vulnerable and honest about where I'm at the moment, rather than try to say, oh, whatever, and be, I guess, historic about who I am, because I think that's kind of what leads to problems more often than not, is when you are kind of trying to hold it together and pretend, and and then you're kind of scanning for what's going on, and and you don't know if you're gonna be able to say what you need to say or not be able to say what you need to say. So in the early days is when you are meant to ask questions, is when you are meant to not know everything, is when you are meant to learn, and to also be supported to learn everything you need to know. So if you don't know everything, don't feel bad about it, because you're not supposed to. What you are supposed to do is to bring your skills to the table, your strengths to the table. It's to, if you're a values-driven person, it's to understand how your job aligns with the values and the vision of the organization, and how you can contribute in that way. So that's my share for today. For anyone who is feeling like an imposter, if you have a new job like I do, and I wanted to share that. So lots of love to you. Bye.